Hey everyone, how's it going? So we're back with some more Explorer and Pioneer content. So today I'm trying a little bit of Jund Sacrifice. So I did play a similar kind of deck a few weeks ago, and it didn't perform quite as I'd expected, but it has been worked on a little, I think, since then. And I've certainly faced it a few times. The kind of the primarily Rakdos Sacrifice, but splashing green to run Ygra is has turned into a pretty potent force in the format. So this is a 6/6 for 5 in green black. It has Ward of Sacrifice of Food, and it turns all other creatures into food artifacts in addition to their other types. And whenever a food is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put 2+1/+1 counters on it. So this has a kind of infinite win the game straight away combo. If you have two Cauldron Familiars, one on the battlefield, one in the graveyard, they become foods as well as their usual cat abilities, and you can just kind of loop them back and forth, sacrificing one to bring the other back, draining the opponent, and doing it over and over again. So there is a way of turning this into a sort of one-shot kill as long as you can set it up correctly. But apart from that, obviously, it's a 6/6, which is reasonably hard to get rid of. The opponent has to sacrifice a creature to do it, and it does grow every time you sacrifice a food. So yeah, it's a pretty potent threat by itself. And then the rest of the deck kind of does Rakdos Sacrifice style things. So we have the Cat Oven Loop, so apologies that you're going to have to watch that happening. But it's just the way it is. We've got Scavenger's Talent, which is a relatively new addition to the format. 1 mana class enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures you control die, you create a food token. Pay 2. When you sacrifice a permanent, target player mills 2 cards. Usually you'll be targeting yourself. And then level 3, at the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice 3 other non-land permanents. If you do, return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. So that is generally how you're going to be getting Ygra and perhaps cards like Mayhem Devil into play. Is using the third mode of Scavenger's Talent. Obviously you can also hardcast them if you need to. And we got some Fatal Pushes as well, obviously a good early removal. Deadly Dispute, one of the great payoff cards of this style of deck. Sacrifice an artifact or creature and you get 2 cards and a treasure token. Bloodtithe Harvester, just a great mid-range creature. Comes with an artifact, good to sacrifice, it's all good. Croxer, and then a couple of new additions, interesting additions. So we got Legion Extruder. So as well as being a half-decent removal spell when it enters the battlefield, we can sack other artifacts to create 3/3 Golem artifact creature tokens. So we can do that on our food tokens. We can do it on creatures which are about to die if they're artifacts. Yeah, so that's a pretty good addition. And then we're also running 1 copy of Sir Ginger the Meal Ender as well. 3/1 for 2. Has Trample, Hexproof, and Haste as long as the opponent controls a Planeswalker. And whenever another artifact we control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on it and scry 1. So in a deck like this can very quickly grow kind of out of control. And if the opponent controls a Planeswalker, then even better. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, obviously great card. Comes with tokens which create treasures. It's a good discard outlet. It does all of the things. Mayhem Devil, obviously another payoff card for dealing damage whenever you sacrifice a permanent. And then in terms of the mana base, so it's almost entirely red-black, because we only really need the green to cast Ygra, and often we won't be casting at all. And we do have things that create treasures as well, so we only need the 3 copies of Thornspire Verge as our green mana. And then the rest of the deck is just black-red lands and a Fountain Port, which is a good way of creating tokens and artifacts as well. In the sideboard, Thoughtseize, obviously great card, 1 black mana, get anything difficult out of the opponent's hand. Chandra's Defeat. We're only running 1 copy of Claim the Firstborn in this deck, and it's in the sideboard, so we're not really doing kind of claim. Traditionally Rakdos Sacrifice has run quite a lot of Claim the Firstborns. We're not doing that. We're kind of doing other things, and there's just kind of not really room for it when you've got Scavenger's Talent and all of these other cards. Torch the Tower, good removal spell that also exiles. Molten Collapse. Sometimes this will be able to do both modes, and you'll be kind of laughing all the way to the bank. Damping Sphere, obviously there to shut down Lotus Field, Izzet Phoenix, various other things. Kolagon's Command, good versatile spell that can often be a 2-for-1. And then 1 copy of Obnixilis the Adversary as well. a good planeswalker that can create a copy of itself if you sacrifice something. So yeah, it's all good cards. I'm interested to see whether this slightly different configuration can perform better than when we last played it. So yeah, that's the deck. Let me know what you think in the comments, as always. You know, you can watch the video first, of course, and in fact, please do. And while you're doing that, like and subscribe. Always appreciate it. And yeah, let's go on to the ladder. This is slightly awkward in terms of land, but it's potentially... I mean, it's got all of the things that make this deck go. I'm going to ship it. Okay, that's slightly better, I reckon. So I'll put back a Harvester. And we'll start with Scavenger's Talent. Right, it's cat action time. So the opponent's probably... Okay, wow. That's an aggressive torch to the tower, but I understand it. Fair enough. I'll get Harvester down. I would like a third land, but it is currently denied us. So it depends on Mardu colours. I don't know if this is Greasefang. Normally expected to have done something else if it was. Well, I think I'm just going to keep playing Harvesters until they do something. Vanishing Verse in a Mardu colour deck. I'm not sure what's going on here. Four lands. Okay, let's discard Harvester. Okay, that's better. Push that one. And just keep hitting them. Ooh, a hard-cast Sky Sovereign. That really is pushing the boat out. Play Mayhem Devil. I think I do want one more land. So they're going to need an answer to both of these, because otherwise I'll... Well, if they kill the devil, they're not quite dead. But yeah, they are playing Greasefang. It's entirely possible that just Parhelion doesn't save them here either. No. So this is where the lack of graveyard hate becomes a little bit of a problem. I think Torch the Tower is decent enough as a kind of necessary answer to Greasefang. Thoughtseize I think we will need. Don't need Sir Ginger. Don't need Croxer. Don't want to give them a free discard outlet. What else don't I need here? Fatal Push is okay. Scavenger's Talent, fine. All of this stuff is okay. Am I trimming the Fables? That seems... I think I might be. Seems counterintuitive, but does sometimes need to be done. Sounds a little on the slow side. No oven with nothing to target. But we might draw into something. I think this is one of those situations where we're just hoping we draw into what we need. Okay, well that's not a great start. I can kind of live with that. Hello. Yeah, if they're busy just trying to destroy my artifacts, I'm kind of fine with that. I don't want to deadly dispute a Mayhem Devil. I would rather have something else in this situation. Wow, they are going all in on removal here, and I don't really have anything else to do, so it's kind of working for them. I don't have anything to deadly dispute. Greasefang and no vehicle, huh? Well, Scavenger's Talent doesn't really help. So what does this do? Whenever one or more creatures you control dies, and I can't sack it, unfortunately, so I'm just going to level it up. And then I'm kind of at the mercy of what they do, because I've just not drawn any creatures. But they don't have a vehicle, so we do still have time. I don't really want to Fatal Push that, because I need a Fatal Push for Greasefang. Mayhem Devil, Mayhem Devil. Fine. I'll play Devil, and I'll keep Deadly Dispute available for if they kill it. Which I am now going to do. Draw 2 cards. So how many triggers do I get out of this? I think I'm able to do all of the things. So I can do that. Then I can sack that to add black mana. Milling 2 cards. Fatal Push there. Yeah, I should have gone after their... I should have just hit their life total there rather than the Harvester. Because the treasure sack came after the Mayhem Devil was dead. Blech. Right, well, let's power up our Scavenger's Talent. Cannot currently do anything. Having to use that treasure there might have been a mistake. I still feel like if they have a Greasefang on the board, you kill the Greasefang. That's kind of how the game. That's kind of what you need to be doing. But our life total is under a lot of pressure now. And I need to keep my food as a sacrifice outlet. Okay, in which case I am going to push their FOMO here. Because otherwise they'll just take the push. I don't really care if they... And actually I'm kind of happy if they take an Ygra. Well, that's bad news. I mean, the good thing is I can at least hardcast. Let's see if they have a removal spell for it. And there's Parhelion. Do they have another Greasefang? Yes, they do. Okay, I was too slow there, and frankly, I very much blame my library for that, because that was an absurdly bad set of draws. So I'll put in Kolagon's command on the play. Take out probably Legion Extruder. That's not a keepable hand. This just about is. Put back a Deadly Dispute. Start with a Witch's Oven. That'll give them something to think about. Do I need to Thoughtseize here? I think I probably should. Okay, I'll take their fear of missing out. So they don't... well, they can... yeah, they can push... Not loving how these hands are going for me, to be honest. Little confused why this deck doesn't run Leyline of the Void, but you know. I always have the option to change it. So let's drain them for one. The Scavenger's Talent creates a loop here, which is good. Parhelions, they've got 2 looks for a Greasefang. Two looks for a Greasefang. I'm obviously not going to be milling them. Could have blocked there perhaps, yes, and just done the sacrifice things, but I think I'd rather wait and see what they do. Deadly Dispute. Mill myself. Create a food. I'm not going to bring the cat back this turn, because it will not trigger the talent again. Okay, I like that. I like it a lot. So I'll start by bringing back the cat. Mill myself. Play another Scavenger's Talent. And I think I'm happy to just chill. Sacking Takanuma, right? And still no Greasefang, but they do have their FOMO. Ooh, this is going to be a close run thing. Got 3 unknown cards here. Fear of missing out, it's fine. I mean, it's not fine, I don't want to see it, but I've got to look at it, so... And another one. So I'm happy to block now. They don't have any land. Now I can bring back Cauldron Familiar. Take my turn. Okay, I can get Mayhem Devil now down now. And I think I am fine to just say go here. Mayhem Devil's a pretty good answer for fear of missing out. Okay, they've got Bitter Triumph for sure thing. Gets me some more food. So I can just bring one of those back at the end of my next turn. I think is pretty decent. So, block. So I can't bring that back now. It's fine. Ygra. Ygra is okay. So, I think I want to power this up. Bring back my Cauldron Familiar. Mill myself. Pass the turn. Sack 3 permanents. Bring back a Mayhem Devil. Okay, so I'm now almost at doing the loop. I just need one more turn. Just need to get Ygra down. Okay, I don't actually need the Mayhem Devil here, so I'll block. Go to 5. They can Fatal Push it if they so wish to. And they do not. Okay, so let's bring a cat back. Actually, I can bring both cats back here and kill their... Or do I need one in the bin? I think I might need one in the bin. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to play Ygra. Then I'm just going to start looping cats. How's my library doing? I'm okay for the moment. Now I can do the same thing again. They should realise relatively shortly that they're going to lose. And I'm fine for cards. Ygra is getting bigger, but that's kind of not the point. Go again. Cool. That's how it works. Oven and Dispute is not a terrible combo. I don't like sacrificing the Oven. But without the cat, it's not a huge loss. Yeah, we'll pass the turn. Rockface Village. So this could be, yeah, Emberheart Challenger is a card that exists. I'll sack the Oven. Huh, that is... I mean, that's pretty rough. That is a lot of land and not much else. And that is a card they can play. Okay, that is a very nice turn for the opponent. So this is like Boros Auras, which I have seen a deck list for this before. So I'm going to need something like a Fatal Push. Harvester works eventually. So I'll get Mayhem Devil down. Play Harvester, trigger the Mayhem Devil, destroying the Scavenger. Ward 2. Yeah, that's not ideal, but I can kill it at the moment. Not anymore, I can't. Yep, I'll take the 5 here. Yeah, I do really just need Fatal Push. Or land, you know, they're much of a muchness, I suppose. Right, well, that's good, isn't it? That's really good. Fine, I will pass the turn. And I think I'm going to Soak and Zan end of turn. Menace, Trample. Well, it's kind of got all of the things, doesn't it? No blocks. Cauldron Familiar is not the worst. I don't know if it's just worth going for like a humongous 5/5 card block next turn. I don't love doing it. Okay, they're just going to give it flying, so... Cool. Okay. Well, not much we could do there. Just drew a lot of land. What do I want against an opponent doing this kind of thing? I think I want Chandra's Defeat, torch the tower, claim the firstborn. Yeah, just all of the cheap removal. Don't think I need Sir Ginger. Legion Extruder's not bad. Croxer, no. Claim the firstborn is fine. Fatal Push is fine. Cauldron Familiar is okay. Yeah, I'll trim a couple of Deadly Disputes here. No plays until turn 3, which does seem to be a recurring problem with this deck. Well, this isn't very good either, but I'm kind of forced into keeping it, I think. I'll play a Scavenger's Talent, and we're just kind of hoping we draw land now. Okay, that's at least as a land. Okay, Demonic Ruckus. Harvester's not a terrible draw. Optimistic Scavenger, huh? I think I'm willing to let them commit a little bit more to that before I kill it. And I do have the threat of Harvesters as well. Don't think I'm going to attack just because they might have an instant speed aura. Yep. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'll sack the Harvester targeting this and then see what they do, because I can Fatal Push it instant speed if they do anything to try and save it. And looks like they're going to, so that's good. So they do get a card. Now I think I'll just power up my Scavenger's Talent. Heartfire Hero is fine. Okay, that can quite happily go under a Chandra's Defeat. Yeah, I'll do that now. They do get to do me 3 damage. But I have food for that. I don't think I need more Scavenger's Talents, so I might just hold that and discard it to a blood token. And sacking it does let me mill myself. Yeah, you need to relinquish priority. Thank you kindly. Just more land. Okay, well, we'll sack and we'll discard another land. More land, you say? Well, power up my Scavenger's Talent. Can't really do anything with it at the moment. That's fine, I've got Fatal Push in my hand. Once again, gone through an ludicrous amount of lands here. Okay, I can live with that. This is very frustrating. Push. Take another 3. See what else they've got. So I'll take the 3 here. Really got to eat the food at the end of turn. Mill myself. Well, this would have been good. That was very unlucky. Yeah, this seems a reasonable opening hand. No proper targets for dispute yet, but hopefully those will come. Experimental Synthesizer. Don't see that very often. So this is a artifact deck of some description. Yeah, there's Emery. And Mox Amber in the graveyard. That's pretty good. So I can't push it, unfortunately. But I might be able to next turn. Bergie. Yeah, so they've got, like, combo things going on here. Just adding lots of mana. And that is another thing they can cast. Okay, Bergie combo. That's something a little different. And an Aether Fluxed Reservoir. Yeah, I kind of dig it. So, I don't need this land. I don't really need another Fable either, but sure. Now I'll Fatal Push and kill Bergie. Play another Fable. artifacts more cheap. That's a word. Candy Trail for 0 is pretty tasty. I do like what they're doing here. Not try to do it myself at any point. Okay, there's Aetherflux Reservoir. Don't need any more land. Be nice if it would stop giving me land. Okay, Mayhem Devil's pretty good. I'll fire that off. Then, how do I want to do this? So if I'll wait for blocks, I think. I'll fire off a Fable. Okay, Emery or... I think I've got to hit Emery here. Then I'll deal with the Mechanaut shortly. Not another Burgie. And the reality chip. How much does that need? So you have to configure that. That costs 3 mana. Okay, so they can configure it now. Right. Fine. Yeah, they didn't quite get there on their combo. But again, as I say, I like it. So I definitely want Torch the Tower. I think I want Molten Collapse in this matchup. Kolagon's Command destroys artifacts. And then, sadly, I think Sir Ginger, you're not getting a huge amount of work to do here. I'm afraid to say. Legion Extruder's fine. Cat is fine. Push is just okay here. I think Scavenger's Talon can go. We're kind of just not really. If we cast Ygra, we cast it. Yep, this'll do. It's not the quickest hand, but it should be able to. Should be enough to stop them doing what they're trying to do. Okay, so they've got an Ornithopter in their hand. I think I'm gonna... Am I gonna Molten Collapse that now? I think I probably am. Just get it off the battlefield. Okay. Well, you can't say I didn't try. Fable of the Mirror Breaker we are going to need here. Yes, yes, very good. So, let's discard... I'm actually quite tempted to keep Croxer here, but I don't think I need Cauldron Familiar. So that can go down. So I need to sacrifice 2 things and also get Mayhem Devil down, which I don't think I could do. Well, maybe I can, actually. If I play Devil... I attack. Then Croxer, because it sacrifices itself. So they have to discard. And that gets rid of the Mechanist. Mechanaut. Pardon. Forgive me. Yeah, sacrificing Amber to kill Devil, I am more than happy with, I think. So I'm going to get Ygra down here while they don't have anything on the battlefield. Cool. Okay. Well, I like what they were doing. I'm not sure it's got the resilience it needs, but it's interesting. Be interested to see what the whole deck list is. Right. Well, let's open a pack. Some Pioneer Masters. And a Mythic as well. Exciting times. Epic Experiment. Pretty unplayable. So yeah, that was Jund's Sacrifice. So some of the newer cards, the one-offs, didn't get to really do their thing there. Shame really, Sir Ginger. We didn't really face any Planeswalkers decks, although Planeswalkers are not as ubiquitous in the format as they used to be. Ygra was great. We did manage to do the loop once. Got a little unlucky in that middle match. Yeah, not bad at all. So let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching, as ever. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.